get to it. Let's get to it. Bertizzi.
All right, so this is the rundown for the day. We're gonna talk about big scar funeral arrangements, ungrateful people, child support, the court systems, men losing. We're gonna do our tears, no tears segment. What's wrong with these hoes? And black involvement in the community. So let's start off with black big scars funeral arrangements. Ms. Rose.
Oh yeah, so I know y'all seen about Big Scar. He died for some. I don't know why he died, but he was a so-called rapper from, I want to say, Memphis or Tennessee. He was on Gucci Mane 1017's label. So he passed away. Supposedly, Gucci said that he was going to told the family he was going to pay for the funeral. So then after he said that, the family came out on Instagram and everything talking about bashing Gucci, talking about, oh, after he said he was going to pay for the funeral, he ghosted them. So then Keisha Kaur, Gucci's wife, posted a receipt of $10,000 and said that they sent flowers and said, y'all not about to talk about my husband like that because he did what he's supposed to do, or that's such a thing. And then I think the label sent $10,000 too. So my thing is, they was like, oh, and they said he asked for his chains back or whatever, and they said he ain't getting his chains back. And they talking about, oh yeah, my friend and my brother, because it was his sister talking crazy, and his friend talking crazy. His daddy wasn't talking crazy. His daddy had respect, and the dude's girlfriend had respect. They didn't feel that was necessary either, but the brother and the sister talking about, oh yeah, my brother like more than $10,000. The cassette would cost more than that, and all this other thing. And my thing is, how ungrateful can you be? Like, he didn't have to do none of that. But you the one, this your family. You supposed to be responsible for that. So we gonna talk about some ungrateful people and we go bounce it off of this as an example. So you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about these ungrateful people, man.
So, man, it's like we don't know the private conversations or what was said behind, whether you said, like, hey, I'm going to pay for a funeral, or, hey, I'm going to give some money. It's like, I don't know those private conversations, but it's still, like, if somebody does something for you when they don't fucking have to, it would behoove you to fucking be appreciative of some shit. That's just me. I mean, I know he was one of his artists. He was taking care of him or whatever, but I mean, if somebody does something for you, it's like, hey, man. And it's like, hey, another thing is, why don't people have not health insurance, but life insurance, shit like that, you know?
For me, it's as simple as this. If he specifically said he was going to cover X, Y, and Z, then he should have covered X, Y, and Z. But if he just said, hey, I'm going to help with the funeral expenses, him sending 10K, hell, had he just said 5K, that would have been more than was necessary, because he just said, I'm going to help with the funeral. So until the family pull out some receipts, and they actually got Gucci Mane saying, I'm going to spend $15,000 on the casket, and I'm going to cover all the funeral expenses, regardless of the cost, man, they just being ungrateful. And as far as I'm concerned, Gucci did his part.
Yeah, he did his part. Because that's how I feel about it. Like, but since he did something, he did $10,000 because a funeral you can bury somebody or you can burn them, cremate them for $6,000-$7,000. So when he said I'm gonna pay for the funeral, he basically did that with the 10, and plus the label sent 10 too. So basically he did do that just because you as a family wanted to be hostile and try to outclass who this guy was. That's y'all fault. Y'all should have ran the budget. Like, oh, this is it. I know y'all ain't paying for it. Shawty, I'm talking about his sister. She at the warehouse working and on live. Talking about, oh, my brother worked more than that, and the cash that cost this. Ho, I know you ain't paying another dime for it, did you? Did you? Ho, you probably did. What you think?
This just goes, like, to me, it's real simple, man. It's like, hey, somebody does something for you, you appreciate it. But if it's different if somebody promised you some shit, like, hey, I'm gonna pay the whole funeral range. But just the fact that somebody does some shit for you at all, I just feel like you should be appreciative. But it's like how you at work or somewhere just talking about shit about somebody she probably never even met. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
She don't know this nigga from anywhere else. So it's just like, hey, be appreciative, man. You gotta. A lot of people will take some shit behind closed doors. They'll take some shit from somebody, but then talk shit behind their back. Like out in the world, once they get outside, they want to talk shit about like, hey, they didn't do this for me, they didn't do that for me.
And I'll be honest. Most likely, the brother and that hoe, they was just trying to pocket that money. If I'm just gonna be real, they was hoping that Gucci was gonna send them racks. They was gonna pay for the funeral, and they was gonna pocket a couple racks in their pocket and go about their business. You know. So
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, unless someone tell you specifically this is exactly what I'm doing, and they make you a promise, anything somebody do for you that they don't have to do is a blessing, and you should be appreciative of.
Another thing is they probably trying to do some extravagant funeral where it's like, come on, man, bury him, but don't go crazy with this shit. Like, don't everybody want to make it this huge ordeal where you got to spend a ton of money to bury somebody. It's like, hey, do it the right way. So, I mean, that's another thing is they probably, like you said, they probably pocketing some shit or trying to go all extravagant with some bullshit.
Yeah, they is. But the thing about it, it's like with me. If I do something for you, it's because I 100% did it out of my heart. Like, if you give me something for it, okay, I'm appreciate it. But if you ask me to do something and I agree to do it, then I'm gonna do it just because off the strength. And lots of times you do stuff for people, you try to look out for people, and then they try to act like, oh, you owe them this and you owe me that. Nah, I didn't owe you nothing. I did it as a favor and off of the strength and off of love, but I didn't have to do it. But then people try to act like, oh, or sometimes people try to act like, oh yeah, you did this for me, and then behind closed door, oh yeah, I got over on him. You didn't get over on me because I did it off the strength. Because if I didn't have it to give it to you, I wouldn't have did it. And if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't have done it.
Facts.
Another thing is like, is anybody's. Another thing is obligation. It's like, are people really obligated to do something? Like, are they? That's a question.
That was a job. That was his job. When you die, what your job go do? They go send some flowers to your funeral, and then they go put a now hiring sign up, or on Indeed, or wherever you're doing. They go hire somebody else. They go hire your replacement. That's basically, that was his job. He died. It's time to move on. It's like, so if your job does offer something like that, you need to be right.
The fuck was that?
We got technical difficulties, y'all.
Technical difficulties. That was Scar. Scar, we sorry, bro. We sorry. Leave us alone.
The ice. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Hey, that was Scar talking. Hey,
The ice popped out the glass.
We might need to move on to the next subject.
No, that wasn't Scar. That was Toby. Toby, I thought I left you at home. What you doing? Go sit down somewhere. Go play with the toys or something.
Hey, like I was saying, if I do something for you and it's not expected, like this is just something I'm doing, be grateful. It don't matter what it is. Now, if we got an agreement, an arrangement, or some shit like that,
Written, signed, and agreed, stamped,
you know, if we got
notarized.
if we got something like that, then I need to hold my part of the deal. And that's and a lot of times we get confused because people feel like just because we family, I'm owed this. Just because we partners, I'm owed this. To you ladies, just because you throwing a nigga some pussy, I'm owed
Hey,
this.
I need about 500. I give you 250. Be happy I'm giving you that.
No, ho, I need 250, ho. But I like, no.
So unless we got an agreement that we wrote down and shook hands on and signed or some shit, nah, you don't need to be expecting nothing. Just know if I do it, I'm doing out my kindness of my heart, and hey, be grateful.
So here's a rebuttal though. How you feel about people who give, but they want something back for it? So it's like
You don't need to give them.
they gave it to you, but they expect something back. It's like, oh, well, I did this for you. They hold it over your head like.
If you ain't giving it out of power of strength and kindness, you don't need to give because you can't expect something back. You don't know if you're gonna get it back or not.
No, he's talking. When you say that, there are months of everybody on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. When you're recording, you giving somebody something, or you're recording. Like if you go do something, why are you recording? If it's at the good as your heart, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that. Anytime there's a camera involved, I don't believe you. I don't care, and I don't want to see it.
That's the same as trying to get something back, whether it's clout or
exactly.
whether you just trying to get the same exchange you gave back.
Exactly, because like, why if you try to come up off giving somebody something like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give this person this, and I'm gonna give this person this. Oh yeah, but I'm recorded, so now people go show me some love. Yeah, no man, get out of here with that mess, man.
Hey, I'm a real giving person. I care about the people. It's all about the people. We've all heard that one before.
Yeah, man, come on, man, get out of here with that, man.
Hey, this next subject right here, this gonna be a little, touchy for some people. We're gonna talk about child support, the court system in terms of men normally losing compared to women in the court system, and a little bit about abortion, what all that has to do. So we're gonna start with C's.
Man, pretty much is we know the American court system, or just Western society in general, is favored towards women. Men don't really have much say and strength, even if it's like some bullshit. I was just watching divorce court the other day. Man comes to find out it's not his kid. He paid 18 years of child support. Come to find out the child is now 20-something years old. He can't get the money back because he already paid it. Mm-hmm. He signed the birth certificate. So this whole fucking time, he should have just had the damn DNA test done. But no. He just gonna do what the court says and pay the money, which I don't blame him, but at the same time, it's like, you should have got a fucking DNA test with all this time passed.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, see, when we're talking about this court system, yeah, because the man, a lot of time, is losing in the court system, yes. But lots of times, men don't do what they're supposed to do either. But lots of times, sometimes men do what they're supposed to do, and they still lose. But the thing is, we talking about like divorce and all that kind of stuff. Like if a man get divorced, then sometimes the lady, you got to pay alimony.
What the fuck is alimony? What the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
Like, why the fuck is it?
We know what it is, but
like, why the fuck is it a thing? Like, this shit should be capped at a certain level. Like, okay, I can see. Oh, you must pay. Maybe you were the breadwinner. You should support your spouse for X amount of time, maybe 6 months, some shit. But you shouldn't be paying no fucking.
And that's most of the time what it is. Lots of times, sometimes it's longer than it's like. Sometimes it's like a year or 2 or 6 months. It all depends.
I've seen ones where people were paying stupid ass alimony fees for like 5 to 10 years, like dumb shit.
Yeah,
niggas was paying bags, like fucking thousands of fucking dollars towards their ex.
And as far as like with child support, so basically child support started like in the 1930s, and then basically it was pretty much. Child support started because the fathers were dying at war, so it was to aid the families that had the children that their dads died at war. You know what I'm saying? That's where it started at, and then it went to like private, and then it went back to government, and the government felt like since if we're going to be helping these people, because last time, like I said, it started when the dads were died at war. But then it came to the point where fathers were just leaving their children and leaving the mom. And back in the day, lots of women didn't work. So then that's how it went to then women started working and all that kind of thing and that sort of thing. So but now it's just a joke, if you ask me. But what you think about it, Vert?
Man, personally, I just feel like when it comes to child support. Man, that shit is scam, man. I'm just being real. That shit is scam. Because we can word it all how we want, talking about, yeah, the kid need lights too, they need a place to stay. I'm looking at it like this. I'm single, I stay by myself. If I had a 2-year-old son, that would not change the fact that I stayed in a 3-bedroom house and I still gotta pay Georgia Power every month. That would not change. There will be some things that change, but that word right there, would not change. I would still have to find a place for myself to live, and I would still have to have lights for myself. So if you need money from me just so you can have a place to stay,
No, but we're talking about child support.
And that's you talking about the mother.
No, but
You talking about the mother.
But, yeah, the mother. But some people try to say, well, child support goes to the kids' needs. The kids need a place to stay, and they need lights and stuff, and they need water running. So basically, what you're telling me is that individual, whether it's the man or woman, could not have their own place and water running and lights on unless they was getting assistance.
No,
that's how I'm taking it. When people make that argument saying, yeah, man, just because they use the child support on this, that doesn't mean like the money doesn't have to go necessarily to directly to the kid.
But
they need lights and stuff too.
We ain't really getting into what's it's used for. We're just talking about as far as like, but we can get into what's it used for.
I'm just saying, like, when you asking me why it's a scam, that's why it's a scam.
I didn't ask you that it was. You said
We
it
gonna
was a
get
scam.
into that. We gonna get into that.
My thoughts on it.
Yeah, we gonna get into that
I'm
though.
saying it's a scam, and that's why I think it's a scam because, like, at the end of the day, you still gotta provide for yourself. If you ask me what you should do with child support, if I'm being real, the minute conception happens, the minute you find out you're pregnant, the man and woman should go to court. They should be in front of a judge, and because a man has no right to tell a woman that she can't have a baby.
I don't think I need to be doing all that, but if you wanna put other people into it, like every kid that's born, it should be a paternity test done at the hospital, just like it is like just drawing blood, everything. It should be a paternity test done if both parents are aware or alive or know.
Before we even get there, you got to make sure both people want that child because of the fact that as a man, you do not have a right that this child is being brought into this world. Like that decision is not.
But your right was when you
We both had that right. We both had that right. I don't want to hear that argument.
Your right was when you went in there and shot the club up. That was your right to pull out.
We both.
It takes two to tango. Takes two to tango.
That was your right. That was your right right there. The man makes the baby.
We both chose to have unprotected
The man
sex.
makes the baby.
It takes two to tango, man.
We both chose to have unprotected sex.
Come on, man.
So once it's found that you got conception, I no longer have power to decide if this baby's gonna be here or not. A lot of women can say
you lost your choice.
exactly. I lost my choice.
You lost your
choice. A lot of women can say I don't want to have a baby because it's gonna affect school.
You lost your
choice.
choice.
My future. It's gonna affect this. Mm-hmm. So what I was saying is, I just feel like you should go to the court system. And before the baby's born, it should just be letting me know, like, hey, Your Honor, I don't want to have no kid. I want to be a deadbeat dad. Keep that out of me. I don't want nothing to do with that. And then the woman, now going into it, as a woman, as a grown adult, you have a decision. Do I want to raise this baby by myself with no assistance from the man?
But good and damn well in the court, they're going to be like, oh, you want to be a deadbeat dad? Dang, they ain't going to go for that.
What I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if we had it like that, I just want to know how many women would still have that baby knowing there will be no child support available, and that man is telling you straight, I'm not going to be there, and the court's going to support that. I just want to know how many women is honestly going to have that baby still.
That's why you shouldn't have unprotected or any sex at all without somebody that you consider having a baby, because sex was pretty much made to conceive children.
That's true.
So so we can't go down that road talking about this and that because you shouldn't have did it.
But we there now. We there now. There's no safety net for the man. So
The safety net is not having sex with the lady.
No,
that's the safety net.
We talk about an equal society. We talk about men and women are equal. That's what a lot.
It's about the exploitation of the man. Once the baby's been born and we've gone through the court system. In most ways, a man is not in his favor at all. Like not even favor. It's just.
If you choose,
it's not.
In the same scenario I just gave, if you told the judge, I want to have this baby with this chick, I don't care if y'all break up 2 years later. You're responsible for that. Because when she decided to keep that baby, it was the intention that you was going to be there to support that baby. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, I just want to see these women make decisions where it's like they know going into it, it's all on me. Going into this game, I have no Kyrie Irving. I have no James Harden. I'm KD. I'm the only player on the court. I got to score 50 to win.
Yeah, that's what they do at a sperm bank, but not in the bedroom.
Sperm bank, you sign that paperwork.
That's at a sperm bank, not at the bedroom.
Hey, what's that dude? That dude had like 20-something kids.
Come on, man. Come on.
You talking about the sperm? I'm just talking about the simple fact of once the decision is made, bro. Because you got a lot of women out here scamming. You got a lot of women out here getting pregnant just to get a check.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is,
That's true.
we need to create a system where, hey, if you want to have this baby and this man tell you,
Where Ray Caruth at?
So
I said, where Ray Caruth at?
I don't know who Ray Cooper is.
Y'all know who that is?
I don't know who that is.
The Carolina Panthers football player, the wide receiver. He
You want to do who try to kill the baby?
in the
oh
in the-
shit!
Yeah,
You talking about the one from the 90s?
Yeah,
Oh shit! That was a crazy ass story, man.
yeah.
Shit. Nigga said, I ain't paying shit. I ain't paying shit.
He said he changed his mind. He said, I don't want this baby no more. I don't want you either.
Hey, once you do that, once you change your mind, you stuck, brother. If you went to court, you sat in front of the judge, and you told the judge you wanted that baby. You fucked up, my nigga. You fucked up. You fucked up.
No, so now, Vert, now let's get into this child support thing, because I want to hear y'all views on this child support thing. Like, how do y'all feel that child support should be spent once it leaves your pocket?
If I had, okay, let's say a scenario. I have a baby mother. My baby mother has another kid with another guy. The money that I pay to child support every month has to go through the child support system, right? It goes to the state
It doesn't
or the
have
city.
to.
Most,
You can do it on your own, but
if you're smart about it,
But you should, if you want to have to do it the right way,
You
gotta
should-
keep your own receipts
And
and,
it gotta
and
say child
document,
support. Gotta say
and you
child
got to document it, or you can just send it through the state.
versus you just having a verbal agreement with the baby mother saying, hey, I'm gonna give you, hey, I need some money for this, or I just send you a certain amount of money every single month. But if I'm going through the state and I'm sending you money every single month, and it's documented by the state or the federal government, the money that I'm sending you should be going to my child, not the household, my child. Because when I buy stuff, it's for my child. Because guess what? You have another man, grown-ass man, paying for his kid. I can understand if it's going towards living expenses, but for the most part, my money should be going to my kid.
But go ahead, Bert. Go ahead. What you think about it?
Man, for me personally, the money need to go to that child, man.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna be real. The money need to go to that child. I don't want to hear nothing about you got another kid. I don't want to hear nothing about living expenses and stuff like that. Just for the simple fact of, like I said earlier, you would need to have your own place to stay anyway,
Okay.
and you would need your own utilities anyway.
Okay, all right. So it's supposed to go to that child, right? So that child got his own separate lights and own separate water and own separate.
He got his own separate clothes,
Yeah.
and toys,
Yeah.
and educational benefits and shit.
So toys and clothes. That's going to make that.
Look.
Come on now.
She should have a job. She should have a job. She should have a job
We're not
because she
talking
has
about-
another kid.
No, we're not talking.
She
about
has
that.
2 kids, not 1 kid, 2
We're talking
kids.
about- we're talking about
Plus,
where the money's getting spent.
plus she has another man. So there's two.
about where the money's being
There's
spent.
2 sources of child support.
Yeah, I don't care about the second man.
Out of all
I
that
don't
money,
care about the second man.
out of all that money, because it affects me. That other kid affects my kid, so I'm gonna give a fuck. In my mind, it affects me.
But not every woman has.
'Cause they're in the same-
man and has multiple kids.
I'm saying in this scenario though.
So I'm just saying, in general, I'm just saying, regardless of how many men that woman got, how many kids she got, the money I give for child support, I want it to go to the needs of that child.
Basically,
If you're telling me, hey, I had to use the money you spent that you gave me for child support on the water bill and electricity bill, I'm just gonna be like, well, damn. So if you wasn't getting child support this month, you would have been sitting in the house with no water and no lights.
That's not what it is for. But what I'm telling y'all, you see what you got to think about. So you paying child support to this lady. So let's put a number on. Let's put a number on. Say you paying $250 every 2 weeks. So $500 a month, or some months got 5 weeks or 6 weeks or whatever. So but you're paying $500 a month. If she decides to use that $500 to pay her rent with, and to use the money that she has to clothe and feed the child, then that's done. That's for the needs of your child.
that's ideal. That to me, that's fair. That's fair.
But how?
Nah,
But if she has other children, then you go say, oh, you can't spend that money on the rent. No, you can't. Once that.
what
money-
about the other
It's
child
for
support?
the. It's
What
for.
about the other man's child support?
It's for the household. It's for the household.
I'm not paying
It's
child
for the
support
household.
for 4
Rose,
kids,
Rose.
3 other kids
It's
that
for
ain't
the household.
mine.
Rose, what you saying is cool. If it's just her and the kid, and she spending 500 on this and 500 on that. It doesn't make a difference. Cool, whatever. I don't care. Like if we all agree,
Yeah, you can't care.
if we all agree to get, let me just hear me out. If we all agree to get pizza, wings, and liquor, and we all put the same amount on that shit, and we all come up with the shit, it doesn't matter, bro, how it's spent. The simple fact is we got what we wanted to get. What I'm saying is a situation where my kid is lacking because you allocated the resources I gave you to somewhere else because you was lacking. So because you were short on rent that month, because you could not do your responsibility, you used my child support shit to pay for your rent that month. So now my kids hitting me up saying they don't have X, Y, and Z.
So what are
you was lacking?
So what they don't have then?
It doesn't matter, bro. Whatever you want to say, a kid don't have.
So what? No, you got to be specific because
It could be
as long as they have a roof, water, lights, and clothing. Because lots of times what y'all what y'all see online and everything that you'll hear about with your friends and things like that. Oh, I gave this girl such and such, and my kids say they want the new Jordans. And then next time I picked him up, he ain't had new Jordans. He had some of these Bobos on. Or I gave her some money. I told her I wanted him to buy some polo, but he ain't got no polo. He got Walmart clothes on. That ain't your choice. When they come to your house, you can put them on what you want to wear. You can do all that.
I'm not saying the difference between them having Jordans and just some regular Nikes. What I'm saying clearly is this: I have to pay bills regardless. If your kids was not in the house, would you still have to pay light? Would you still have to pay rent?
We're talking about child support.
I'm just saying.
To stay on the subject.
I'm saying, would you have to still pay all that?
When you're talking about this child support, you said that you want the money to go directly to your kid.
Yes.
So I need you to explain how it's going to go directly to your kid if she using it on it.
For whatever they need, whether it's food, whether it's their clothes.
So you can't dictate what somebody feeds somebody else that's not in your house.
I don't care what they eat, as long as they're not hungry.
All right. So break it down then.
I give a fuck. I care.
But if
I care.
But if the kid is hungry or if the kid is wearing clothes that's unacceptable.
So that's different. Then that's neglect. That's neglect. If you're neglecting your child, then that's
That's what
neglect.
I'm saying. If the kid is wearing clothes that's unacceptable, if they're not well kept, like their hair is not did at an acceptable level, not no $500 for the hairdo. Just an acceptable
that's why I
level.
say get specific. Get specific. I need you to put some examples on it.
I mean, come on, man. We all smart. Like, if they can't do stuff for school, basic stuff for school.
Just because we smart, our listeners aren't. So come on, let's get it.
Come on, give them some credit. Give them some
They
credit.
can't do basic stuff for school, like just $20 for a field trip, and you got to come to me after I already gave your mother $500, and whatever she spent the money on, I don't care what she spent the money on. But the point is, she's spending on other stuff outside of stuff directly for you.
So none of your money is gonna go towards rent or
Me personally,
food for the
I hear
household.
that argument all the time. The only reason why I disagree with that argument is you grown. You was going to have to do that anyway.
But now it's an additional mouth or mouths.
My question is this: is your rent going to change if you add one person in that household?
Typically, no.
That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying. Now, if
It could.
Now, if you're telling me I'm moving to this house because we got 3 kids and you father 3 kids, I need to move to a bigger house to accommodate that. That's different. But I'm just saying, you was going to find a place for you to stay anyway.
One thing I think we can all agree on though is my main point is so I disagree with Vert on as far as my money shouldn't go towards rent and other shit. You know, it's a lot of shit to support a kid or kids, even if there's another man's kids in the household. I don't fucking care. But the thing is, I'm not trying to support your lifestyle. I'm not trying to support that
That's
woman.
Part of rent. That's part of rent.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not that extra money she's spending going to the kid. Your lifestyle.
What I'm saying, that's part of rent.
But you still gotta feed,
Your
clothe.
lifestyle is part of rent.
You still gotta shelter, clothe, and feed. That's basic necessities. So that's gonna affect your kid anyway.
Me staying on Tobacco Road, Carl, knowing that my rent is $850 a month, and then me knowing I'm gonna get $500 additional from my baby daddy, and me deciding to move to Evans, where my rent is gonna be $1250 a month. That's part of your lifestyle, bro.
Yeah, so how about this? So let's look at it this way. So let's say you pay that $500 a month now, and then so do you feel like that you shouldn't have to help out anything else with that child? So if you pay like 500, so you pay your $500, do you feel like you shouldn't have to do anything else?
Yes and no. If you're a good father, that's not your mindset. Like if you're an active father, you still gonna pick your kid up. You still gonna do stuff with your son, your daughter. When your son and daughter ask you for little things, you still gonna provide those little things for them and stuff like that. Because you're an active, good father. But in the eyes of the state, no, you don't have to do shit else. In the eyes of the state, you did what the fuck you supposed to do.
Yeah, the minimum is you pay what the fuck we say
And
you
that's
pay.
the problem with child support. When we create child support, we put an image out there to men of all races that raising a kid is just financial. When we create child support, that's what we do. We literally create an image where men think, I sent my little money to this woman, everything I'm supposed to do, and this kid is taken care of. Me reading the bedtime story, me being there for football games, me teaching them about life,
Then
me teaching my daughter how to address men, all that shit is irrelevant.
then it comes to custody wise. It's like you put me on child support, but you don't let me see my fucking kid. That's a problem, ain't it?
Yeah, but when it comes to things like that, you gotta do your part. You gotta pay that money, and you gotta.
I'm paying the money
gotta do that.
regardless. I'm paying the money regardless.
No.
But you ain't letting me see my kid.
Yeah, you gotta go to court, and you got
to the court system.
you gotta do your part.
But
You gotta do your part.
the court system's fucked though.
You gotta do your
Baby
part.
mama said, baby mama got the judge and her judge by the nuts, or you know what I'm saying.
Until you
If
go.
pay money for a good enough lawyer, you'll get it fixed.
Yeah, until you go to the court, just like the child support went to the court, and until you go, you gotta do your part too.
Like you fighting a losing battle.
It's messed up. It's messed up.
It's a reason why people like
messed
Dwayne
up.
Wade can get custody of their kid.
It's messed up. Cause he's rich.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you got the money, you can afford a quality lawyer that can get you custody of your kid.
And since we on that subject of Dwayne Wade, oh my goodness, oh my, like, how you get custody of your kid? You the man, you turn that dude into a girl. Come on.
We know
man.
whose influence is that.
Yeah.
That's gonna come up later though. We'll talk about it. That's another subject.
Come on, get that stick out your butt, Wayne. Come on, man. How, you in Miami doing a little bit too much, weren't you?
And he from the shot too.
Come on, you in Miami doing a little bit too much, weren't you?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You know niggas in the shot like that. That shit ain't kosher. That ain't kosher, Wade.
It ain't, man. It's crazy that.
We don't say that anymore. It ain't halal, nigga. It ain't halal.
Come on, man. It's no more black tears, man. When I see that, man, my black tears are rolling like down my face.
Man, speaking of black tears, let's move on to tears and no tears. So we're gonna start off with y'all know Monday, Georgia, UGA, Bulldogs. Woof woof. They stumped them.
That was a weak ass root.
That was weak.
Hey, I guess that's how Uga does though. He old as shit.
Or you gotta be like Scooby Doo.
You know Uga that bulldog old as shit anyway though.
They stumped the mudhole and them TCU frogs.
Hey, did y'all see the fucking video of them niggas on the sideline ordering wings?
They didn't order wings. The dude gave them some wings.
No, those was the wings. Those was frog legs.
They was
It was frog. Okay.
Hey, that's what that was.
Let's get that correct.
So tears or no tears, man.
Let's get that
Let me
correct.
start with Rose, one of the biggest Georgia sports fans I know. And when I say Georgia, I don't mean just UGA, just Georgia in general. How you feel about UGA going back to back?
I felt so good. It was like just like when my fantasy football team went back to back last year and this year. It was like we went back to back, like in two different leagues, but it's still back to back, man. That's a record breaking season, dog. But I regress. My bad. Who did that beat in that championship anyway?
This nigga got tears of joy. This nigga over here with tears of joy.
My bad. Oh, what we had? Oh yeah, UGA back to back. Man, you can't get no better than that. Man, I have no tears for them frogs. But man, I was so happy and glad, man, proud of them boys. They did their thing, man. Georgia deserved it. Man, it's about time. Man, anybody that live in Georgia and that don't go for Georgia teams, you need to move out of Georgia. You're no longer allowed to go to Atlanta, to go to any strip club that we own. You're dismissed.
Flag on the play.
You're
Flag
dismissed.
on the play. Flag on the play.
See,
Hey,
tears, no
I
tears.
spent my money just like everybody else. Hey, no tears. Hey, tears for TCU because they got that ass whooped. You gotta cry. I don't feel bad, but you gotta shed a tear for that shit because that shit was nasty, so disrespectful. How the fuck you not even score? Or the score? How you score one time though? What was the score? 65-6.
65-7.
65. What the fuck is 1 point?
And UGA missed that PAT.
Come on.
And
5-7. That's what we talking about, baby.
drug dragged up the road. What the fuck happened? It just goes to prove SEC dominance. Georgia, y'all got it. Y'all deserve it. Y'all beat everybody's ass. Hey, this is third for the school history, man. SEC dominance. It is what it is. Now I got to deal with UGA for the next fucking year. So celebrate, niggas. Celebrate.
Yeah, we gonna celebrate this to the next 5 years. We back to back.
Oh, you said dynasty?
Back to back. Yes, a dynasty. Who was in the championship in all the playoffs the
Cap.
last 5 years?
Cap it. Cap it.
And who else? We had to play. We got to play. We had to play Alabama in the refs. We had to play TCU in the refs. We had to play Alabama again in the refs. Ohio State in the refs.
Cap.
Every time we play somebody, we got to play the refs too.
We'll see. Hey, we'll see next year, man. We'll see.
Hey, man. So,
And who cares about next year? It's about this year, right now.
It was a good run. Y'all did y'all thing.
For
Y'all did y'all thing. It's over.
So for me, man, I got tears of joy, man. I'm happy that them Bulldogs.
This man got tears coming out. These niggas got tears coming out their eyes. I'm so happy Georgia finally did it again, back to back.
Quick.
Don't
story.
forget about them Braves. Don't forget about them Braves.
Quick
It's
story.
title town. That's title town, baby.
I woke up that morning, went to work, got off.
Except the Hawks.
I bought a bottle of AU vodka, exclusive. You can't get that nowhere else. Went and made me some cheese dip, pulled up on rose and juice, man. We had wings, hot dogs, dip. We had all kinds of vodka. We had cigars, and we just after that first half, we just started cranking Georgia music up. Started listening to all the UGA music, all the music in Georgia, and just had a party, man. So it was great.
Yes.
So with that being said, we're gonna move on to the BCS college playoff system. Do y'all think it's broken? Are y'all excited for the 12-team playoffs that's coming next year?
It's a constant evolving thing. And it's just like, just when they make a change, I'm like, okay, we might actually get some traction. The top 25, the polls kind of always gets fucked somehow. It's always a bias. It's always some bullshit. I don't know. I'm a huge critic of it. I've only been happy with it like 1 or 2 years that I actually paid attention to, but I don't know. This shit's weird, man. To me, it doesn't work.
I think it's gonna be. I don't think they should have won the 12 teams. Put it like that. I think they probably should have did maybe 6 or 8. I can't remember how many conferences there is, but the number of conferences, like the big conferences, I think they should have left it at that. And then the championships,
Power five.
So it should have been 5, and then a wild card.
Question real quick.
No, there's no questions right now. I'm talking. So it should have been 5, and then a wild card, and then then the top team with the best record that won their conference gets a bye, or whatever, or well, I take it back. So we can do it 7 teams. So 2 wild cards, and then or whatever, however we go do it, but something like that. So then each conference championship should be in the playoff. No matter.
That would matter.
Don't matter who else. If a team like Alabama, like everybody wants Alabama. You played your schedule. You lost your schedule. Sorry now, goodbye. Have a seat. So, and they do it like that. I think that would have been good. Kind of like the NFL. Like we got to put some emphasis on something because the way it is with the NIL now, people getting paid. Them boys getting money, man. Them boys getting money.
We getting money.
Them boys getting money. So it's like So I don't. That's how I feel about it, man. I don't really have any tears for nobody that didn't make it because you played your schedule and you should have just won your games. I don't think Georgia lost any games this year. So did they?
Undefeated. Okay. In my opinion, I'm kind of like with you on Rose. I would like to see probably like I say about 8 teams. You know, if you win your conference, I don't care about your record. So for example, take this year when Kansas State beat TCU,
They should have been.
they would have made it.
They would have been in the
And
playoffs.
then at that point in time, we can look at TCU's schedule. Maybe they're a wild card, maybe they're not. But I feel like every conference champion should be in it automatically because we got to put some emphasis on your conference.
Yeah.
Like winning your conference and then winning your conference championship needs to matter. Then we can go and get a couple wild card teams in there, maybe about I say 8, so it's a Power 5 conference, so it'll be 5. So about 2, 3 wild cards will be good, you know, because that allows us to have another SEC team. SEC probably deserve 2 teams because, you know, they're a hard conference. Maybe the Big Ten because they be having good years. And then it allows for a team like Notre Dame, who's not in a conference, to go and get their way in there if they have a good year that year. Mm-hmm. You know, so the 12-team playoff, I think is a bad idea because all it's really going to do is, to be honest, what's going to happen is SEC ain't never going to lose now. SEC going to have about 4 teams every year in the playoffs.
SEC dominance, man.
And I'm telling you, our 4th best team is better than a lot of these teams' best team. Let's keep that 100, y'all.
Yeah.
The last 4 years, at the end of the big game, who been raising that trophy? Somebody from SEC. You look at the last 12 years, I think the last 10 or 11 champions been SEC boards. So, you know, hey, we know we got the best conference. That's why we know Georgia the best team out there because they went through the best conference and they made it look easy, like Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So this is gonna go back to SEC dominance started what 2000, 2001.
When Nick Saban took there, but you know, hey. Now onto the last tier, no tier. You know, we're gonna talk about the NFL playoffs this wild card weekend. You know, so make it quick, y'all. Is there a game that you most looking forward to? Is there a play you most looking forward to seeing them play in the playoffs this weekend? I'm gonna start with you, C's.
I'm really interested to see what the Niners do. It's a couple of. I don't think the Jags are gonna do too much. They surprised me getting in. They ain't gonna do too much, but definitely let's see what Mahomes do. You know, Patrick Mahomes. Let's see what the Chiefs do when they run this shit. But nah, I think it's gonna go to a lot of like, you know, the best players, the teams who played the best probably gonna dominate. Honestly, this whole series.
All right, so for me, man, the game I'm looking forward to, and I suggest everybody to watch this game. Hey, the Battle of the Beautiful Hair. That San Diego, my bad, no disrespect. That LA Chargers and that Jacksonville Jaguars game, Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert, I think that's gonna be a great game.
Herbert.
And the 3 players I'm most looking forward to seeing. I want to see how Trevor Lawrence played this weekend. It's his first playoff game ever. Justin Jefferson, he's been on a fucking tear all season long. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. I want to see what Tyreek Hill does this weekend. Now that he got a rookie quarterback throwing him the ball, I want to see can he do what he's been doing all season long, and is he gonna try to be impressive knowing that the Chiefs are sitting at home for 5?
Okay, so the 3 players I want to see this weekend is Mr. Irrelevant, number 1. I want to see how he does, Mr. Irrelevant. I want to see Trevor Lawrence. I want to see how he does, and I want to see Justin Jefferson. That's what. But as far as my picks go, I'm going 49ers over the Seahawks.
Easy.
Jaguars over the Chargers.
I'm going Chargers.
Vikings over the Giants.
Agreed.
Bengals.
I'm gonna go with the upset.
Bengals over the Ravens and Bills over the Dolphins. And then for Monday, I'm going Bucks over the Cowboys.
Agreed on all that stuff. I got the Cowboys beating the Bucks.
So Niners definitely gonna do their thing. I'm going with the Chargers. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence. Bills. It's a home game. It's the Bills. Got the Bills. Giants. I want to see an upset, but shit, it's probably gonna be the Vikings and the Bengals. The Ravens is fucked up right now, so it's gonna be the Bengals and the Bucks and the Cowboys. You already know who's gonna win that shit. It's the Bucks, man. Come on.
So I've been waiting to ask this question all night long. Rose Seeds, what's wrong with these hoes?
What's wrong with them?
Ho.
Gabrielle Union recently said she was dating, she was married to an NFL player, that she felt comfortable cheating on her husband because she was the breadwinner and he didn't pay all of the bills. So once again, Rose, what's wrong with these hoes?
Man, they ain't got no training, man. They ain't got no training, man. See, if they had them playing like me in their corner, then they would have had some proper training to know how to act right when I speak right. So as far as this football player, see what he should have did, I told y'all last podcast, was grab her up against the net, up against the wall, and tell that hoe never disrespect me, never, not at all. I done told y'all boys this, and I done told y'all hoes this now. Come on now, you got to get it right. And shout out to my girl Gacy Boo. Man, I gotta tell y'all time and time again, I ain't your friend. I'll do you in. Come on, man. Cease, what you thinking, man?
Man, Vert, go ahead, man. I'm come back. We gonna circle back.
Hey, man. First of all, this just goes to how society view it. Society feel like if a man ain't paying all the bills, he ain't shit. We live in a different society now, where bills cost too much, rent costs too much, mortgage costs too much. It's way more expensive than your grandparents' age. You need 2 incomes to run a household properly. Now, if you got one of them 5-star niggas that got a cape on and shit and can pay all the bills, and then y'all can pay for trips and you ain't gotta work, hey, God bless you, man. God bless you. Yeah. But and with that being said, God good all the time. But that ain't the case. But Gabby Union was made to an NFL player.
Back when she was nothing.
So apparently she likes ballers. Apparently.
No, she likes money because back then she was nothing.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Ballers. She likes niggas with money.
And she said she felt comfortable cheating on this man because he didn't pay every single bill. Not saying that she paid every bill. That's different now. She didn't say I paid every bill and this nigga paid shit. He was just a buck. No, we was going 50-50, and I felt like I could cheat on my
or
man.
70 or 40-60 or however the fuck it was split up.
I felt like I could cheat on my man because he didn't pay every bill. See, this is the problem, man. You got women like Gabrielle Union, they fucking up the system, and they got a lot of these hoes. No disrespect to y'all. Y'all thinking the game's sweet.
All disrespect.
That's why a lot of y'all ain't getting married.
Yeah, but I'll tell you like this, man. She a lie. She cheated on him because he wasn't attractive. Have y'all seen the picture of this guy? He wasn't attractive.
Yeah, he was kind of heavy set. He looked kind of bumpy and shit.
Yeah, he wasn't
but
attractive.
I keep real though. From what I hear, from what they be saying on shows like motherfucking 5150. If you ever seen that one, I mean, it seemed like that the way household freaky anyway. Seemed like a lot of niggas be fucking gas.
So it just goes back to, man, it's like
I thought she was the one doing the effing.
I mean, I heard she be begging niggas too.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Wade, come on, man.
And I heard Wade be liking that shit.
Come on, man. Put your high heels up, man. I seen him when I came over there. Now, put your high heels up.
Hey, go back and watch the original Bring It On. There's a scene with Gabrielle Union I saw on TikTok. I was like, oh.
Oh, you talking about Love and Basketball?
No. Yeah. I was like, oh, this shit was real life for her.
Yeah, talking about Omar Epps.
Yeah. It was that real life shit. But basically, she didn't say the nigga don't pay no bills. She said the nigga don't pay all the bills. First of all, she didn't respect the man, her ex-husband, from the beginning. She didn't respect the nigga. And it just goes on to draw more. It's like, so I had to pay all the bills. There's niggas that pay all the bills and bitches still don't respect their man. So that just says the type of person she is, for one thing. So, I mean, it's fucked up. I mean, you know what I mean?
See, I want to say something, man. Tell about fair play. Let me make this very clear. For all the women that side on Gab saying, that's right, you go, girl. Just understand, when you date these high-quality men and stuff like that, and you dated a man that's paying all the bills, and you at home just not doing shit, or you might be working, but your little check just going to you, just understand. Statements like this open the door for niggas who do all that to be like, yeah, I deserve to fuck 2-3 bitches because I'm paying all. You ain't doing shit.
I'm paying all the bills, so I'm gonna do what the fuck I want.
I'm the one financing your lifestyle. I allow you to live in a nice house, drive nice cars. I put money in your pocket. I pay that credit card bill that you run up every month, and I put food on the table.
What about the
and
jab?
shit.
What about the Benz? What about the
I'm
Benz?
just saying. So I do all that shit. So guess what? I'm gonna keep it up. I'm the type of nigga. Don't let a nigga like me have no bitch like that. Cause I'm gonna let you know I'm stepping out. In fact, if you catch me in the house fucking a little bitch, the only thing you better do is say, "Hey, honey, do you need a bottle of water? Is you thirsty? Is you thirsty? Hey, girl, I see you over there. If you do this little thing in my hand's ear, he like that, by the way."
Ungrateful hoes, basically. Pay all the bills, ungrateful.
But let Rose say he don't only motherfucker at the table that got experience with this.
Yeah, so my take is, man, once you get your lady and you know that's your lady, you gonna respect her and you gonna do what you gotta do to keep her, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. It ain't easy, man, and it ain't cheesy, man. This ain't Cheetos, man, it's Fritos. So I'm gonna tell you once again. So just remind yourself what you wanna do before you step in that door. So when you come in this door, it ain't gonna be for show and it ain't for flow. Cause you might get hit the flow. Let's go.
So, last topic of the evening, fellas. Black involvement in the community. What does that mean to you? Do you feel like you personally do enough? And what are some things that you probably could do more of in your community? C's?
So I got a couple rhetoricals starting off. This is for the audience to chew off of. Is there a black community? If there is, what is the black community? Do you feel like you have to be a part of it? And what do you feel like your role is in it? And it's like, okay, we go from a different mindset from the past. The 60s, the 70s, the Black Power movement, civil rights, Tulsa, Black Wall Street, we go from that. People contributed. It was a natural thing. We thought about the collective rather than the individual. So now you have a scarcity mindset where everybody just feels like they need to get theirs. So what is your thoughts on involvement? Do you do anything for your community? Are you involved? Do you feel like you have a role in the community? For me, personally, the education is the most important fucking thing. Because you can do shit, I can help this person do this and this person do that. The education is the number one fucking thing. I'm not talking about, you need to read this book, you need to see this documentary. You just need to know that there's shit out there for you, and there's a collective of people worldwide, not just in America, South America, Europe, India, all across the globe, Melanesia. There's a black community, but at the local level we need to get together and do things as a black collective, because every other community does it, even if they don't agree on religion, orientation, whatever, political affiliations. We're grouped together and let's improve ourselves. Is my pose.
Well, man, my community is my family, my friends, and my household, man. Other than that, man, yeah, it's everybody. It's everybody for themselves. If you ask me, man, I'm not going to, until I hit that mega million tonight, give back to anybody I don't know. I'm just sorry. Every time they ask me at the register, do you want to give out? Do you want to donate to these kids? No, I got kids I donated at home. That's what I'm donating my money to. I don't even know nothing about that. So, and otherwise, but I don't know, man. I can't really. As far as the black community, I think I do that every year that I go in and vote. I vote. So I think I support the black community when it comes to black people doing things. I support black businesses and anything positive black, I support it. Now, if you're not positive and you black, I'm not supporting it. I'm just sorry. I don't hear it. I don't want to be around it. I'm not gonna be in your ratchet club anymore and spending money with y'all. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be buying your drugs. I'm not doing them. I'm not doing your drugs. I'm not buying them. I'm sorry. I'm not doing none of that. Now, if you got some good beard growth or something like that, and it's black man, I'm supporting that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, that's how I get back to the community. I support black businesses, even local businesses, even the homemade shops and all that kind of stuff. That's how that's my thing. That's what I do. But as far as like charities and all that, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give to my family, the people I know, my children, my brothers, my sisters. I'm gonna do that. But other than that, that's my take on it.
Hey man, so as far as ratchet places, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm still giving to the strip clubs. So yeah, I'm still gonna be in the strip club. I'm still gonna be donating these dollars.
The question I posed though, are all them strip clubs owned by a black person?
The money going to black women, and them black women are trying to become doctors, nurses, engineers, pediatricians and stuff like that. So I'm trying to pay for their tuition.
So I bring it back, Vert. We stimulating the economy. That's what we doing out here.
Exactly, stimulate the economy.
But strip clubs aren't ratchet though.
Okay, cool. I just had to throw that out there. So as far as me, man, we need more black-owned businesses. Like Rose said, definitely we need to try to support good black businesses. Like if you see black businesses trying and they doing right by their customers and consumers, we need to try to support those, man. Like the ones who sell food, clothes, hair products and stuff like that. We need to try to support those because we go to these other businesses and they treat us like shit. They disrespect us, disrespect our culture, and we still give them our dollars. So I respect Rose for that comment right there. As far as like the money and stuff, I feel like even those who don't want to give their money, we can give our time. Like if you have time during the week, like there's sports leagues that we can donate our time to, whether it's baseball, football, soccer, and coach these young girls and young boys. The Boys and Girls Club, we can give our time to stuff like that. For someone like me that was part of the Boy Scouts, you can give your time to that and help out and be part of a black Boy Scout troop because there ain't too many black Boy Scout masters out there. I do want to touch on Deion Sanders was talking about this, and I had to look up to confirm it. 10% of alums that graduate from HBCUs donate. You got over 33% of people that graduate from these other universities donate. We got to give back to our communities, man. Our communities that help raise us, help build us up, help educate us. We got to find it in our hearts, even if it's just a couple of dollars, to give back to these communities and help support them and pass on, man. Because hey, I learned a long time ago, wisdom is nothing but knowledge that you just pass on. So if we're not willing to educate the next generation, if we're not willing to reach back and grab someone and pull them up, and we're not willing to do that, man, we failing as a community, black people. We failing as a community.
So it's like it's going to be a lot of people who have that sentiment that's like they feel like the black community as a whole is too far gone. It's nothing worth saving. It's like, let me cut my losses because y'all niggas.
Every community got niggas. Let's be clear.
But I mean, as far as us, we're the ones that sell out ourselves. Crabs in the barrel mentality.
That's because we promote a lot of negative stuff. Like we see negative things on social media, and we choose to promote that. We see negative things, but I'm telling you, I be on social media all the time, and I just as many fights I see in Waffle House between black people. I'll see black fathers. I saw this one thing on the internet the other day. It was a park full of like 20, 30 black fathers with their daughters and sons and just playing with their kids and doing things with their kids. People don't share stuff like that. I seen a post with like 20 girls who graduated from, I want to say, it was either Harvard or Howard.
Yeah, probably Howard. Just
and,
doctors, straight doctors.
And straight doctors or whatever. Like, we're doing a lot of things in our community. We just have to shine the light on that, and we have to be willing to contribute in any way you can, whether it's financial, whether it's just sharing. Even if there's a restaurant that's black owned, even if I don't have the money to eat there, hey, let me take the time to hit the little share button on Facebook and share it real quick. Or send it to like 20 people on Instagram.
Real quick. So what about okay, you try to stay black, support black. You try to stay with that theme.
We're not trying, we're doing it.
When you're doing it, okay, you go with that theme. You say, I'm going to support black. I go in a black restaurant. They charge me double what this other restaurant charges.
We ain't going there.
Well, now, I'm going to touch on
For
that.
these.
I'm going to touch on that. Well, maybe you need to talk to the owner. that the white owner has so that he can get the product cheaper.
Nah, they
So
know.
he has to charge double.
They know. They see the reviews. They see everything
I'm just
going
saying,
on.
Like that's something that we talk about.
They know their competition. They know their competition, but they still they charging ridiculous ass prices.
Sometimes you understand that white owner has connections that the black owner does not have, so he can get connections. For example, even with
And the service and the service ain't hitting on what it's.
even with the Augusta Cigar Lounge, me and Brian be talking privately. It's certain things I tell them like, yeah, they could do better with this, they could do better there. But I still support them because with that being said, even though I've been to white-owned cigar lounges, I understand there's connections and availabilities they have that this cigar lounge necessarily doesn't have.
Yeah, so you don't never hear a Jew saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna go here," even though they might have bad service. The Jews go support each other no matter what. Even if you ain't gotta keep going there, you ain't gotta keep going back. You ain't gotta keep going back, but you need to go at least once, and then you gotta give them another try too, because yeah, it might not be what you thought it was or what you figured it was, but at least you supported them, and then you move on. You can find another bad business to support. You ain't got to support all of them. You can find the one that you do support and you support them. But we ain't about to just we not about to be on here and downplay nothing black on here.
So man, it goes to like how do you like check those businesses at the same time? It's like, oh, I'm gonna support black this, black that, but they know they foul. It's like it goes into the scarcity mindset. You got a lot of people that's just trying to get the bag, trying to get the money. They trying to run with it. They in the whole, oh, I'm for the black people, but they just trying to get the bag. They using it as a front.
Yes,
trying
but
to get that money.
then you go to the next one.
Like Rose said,
You go to the next one.
You supported them, you gave them a chance, you move on to the next one. All I'm saying is, it's easy to say this place is charging this much. Like I said, when they don't have the investors that some of these white businesses have, or they don't have some of the connections. Let's not downplay that now. Like if I can get a pair of shoes for $50 and you got to pay $100 to get them, I can charge $70, $80 for them shoes. You cannot, because you're losing money. So we have to remember that too. Like these connections people have matter. So it's very important that we support black business. It's the same thing I said a couple podcast episodes ago when I said when we see black movies with black cast, black directors, black stories, like movie Photograph a couple years ago, where it's telling a black love story on screen, we gotta support these movies, man, because we cannot then sit around sipping liquor with each other saying, man, I wish Hollywood would make more black movies, but the last black movie they made bombed up. Like if you go support a movie like Black Panther, it's a fictional story, guess what? You can support a real life story that actually is telling real life events and support your community.
Or even if it's fiction, it's just it doesn't have anything to do with slavery, or it's just a black story, or it just happens to be a great story with black people. That's a big thing. Another thing I want to get into is as far as like scarcity mindset is basically everybody starts a business or does something and they got that scarcity mindset where it's basically, I got to get mine now. Nobody wants to collaborate. They want to say, oh, this is my competition. These the ops. It's me trying to get this bag. So what's y'all thoughts on?
We stronger together, man.
People need to collaborate more.
We stronger together, man. It's one thing for me to say I want to start a business. It's a difference between me saying, let me go to all my people. It's 5, 6 of us. Hey, y'all, let's start a business together. And let's try to come up with an idea. I may not necessarily like the idea you come overseas, but let's agree on something and start something in the community together. Because like I said, we can all eat together. Like that's something that sometimes we as community feel like it's not possible. We feel like, well, it's not enough seats at the table. Man, fuck that table, man. Let's go over here and make another table so that everyone we know can have a seat at that table.
It's basically like some simple shit like, all right, we in the same strip mall. I got a fish market or restaurant. Down next door is a damn shoe salesman, and then next door to that is a barbershop. Why can't I put my flyers in there? You know what I'm saying?
You can.
But a lot of people don't want to do that. They just trying to think of, let me get my shit.
Man, everything's good, man. But I got a couple things, man, that I just want to shout out to, man. It's a couple I ain't really got to shout it out, man. I just want to we go play some music in the background, some black owned music, you know what I'm saying, local music. You know
We
what I'm
do
saying?
not have any rights to this music, so hey.
Hey, no more black tears, man. This is how I support black businesses. 38 hot.
So my question for y'all is, where y'all draw the line? Do you feel like, is it up to an individual to do what they want to do for their community? Is anybody actually obligated? Are you actually obligated to it?
Man, I personally feel like if you black and you have the means, I personally feel like you have an obligation, man. Like I'm talking to someone who came in a single parent household. I feel like if you done came up in the world and you're in a better situation you was before, and you have the time or the means, and you are black in America, you should feel a personal obligation to better your community in some type of way. Whether that's just you literally giving to a charity that's black owned.
Real quick question for you though. What's that community? Is it the black community? Is it your community? Your local community?
The black community, and hopefully the black community you live in. Like whether it's just you stopping on the street and you see one of these Muslims giving out a paper, you taking the paper and giving them a couple dollars, knowing that they want a better community. Whether that's you signing up to one of these parks in your area and saying, let me be an assistant coach or a head coach of one of these little sports leagues for kids. You know, whether that's, hey, let me go ahead and start a business. Whether it's, let me take my family to a black-owned business. Like, whatever it is you want to deem it, giving back to. Because like I said, that statistic I gave is real. When you got alums who graduate from HBCU, only 10% give back. And we got some rich people that graduated from HBCUs.
In comparison to colleges with alumni,
But still, when only 10% give back versus these other colleges, their alums give back at a rate higher than 33%. Like, we cannot complain why these HBCUs are not in a better position, because the people graduating from these HBCUs who have benefited from that education they received there are not giving back. Like, we have to do a better job as a whole saying, you know what, even if it's just 5 minutes of my time, even if it's just $5 of my bank account, I have to give something back. Because that 5 minutes that you spend coaching a little league team, you could have a kid be 18 one day and say, hey, Coach Rose, he taught me how to be a man. That $5 you gave could be the difference between a kid going on a trip to Howard University in the summertime and realizing that he literally wants to be a doctor. So I just want to say, you know, with that being said, the community is great. Black people, we love each other. We just have to do a better job of supporting one another and not being put down, and understanding we can disagree, but we can still love one another.
so for me, it's like, take a look back at the previous movements, civil rights, all these other black collectives. Make a conscious decision, decide where you are, where it fits into your life and your psyche, and really tap into that power, whether it's Pan-Africanism, you support black Americans, whatever. Remember who your family is, whether it's your direct, I don't give a fuck if it's just your family. Those people you see on a daily basis, they're black. Support them, learn, grow, and just support it in whatever way you can.
My final take on this is, love your family, take care of your friends, check on your people, and just be you. Don't try to be in the crowd. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Support your people. Support yourself, and then everything will work out. Just be positive. I'm out. Rose, baby.
Hey everyone, real quick, make sure you go on Instagram, check Batizi, search Batizi. If you want to look for the podcast will be posted. Make sure you go on TikTok, same name.
Hit that like button, share button.
Hit the like and subscribe button. We will be on YouTube and other platforms. Like I said, go on Instagram and TikTok. Follow those pages right there. And much love for those listening to the podcast so far. We're going to have a great 2023. And as always, no more black tears.
No more black tears. And guess what?